Hi people, it's StarCraft here, coming at you with yet another StarCraft unit overview. In my previous video I covered the Terran, but today I will be going over the Protoss, who just so happen to be my race of choice. The Protoss units on the whole tend to be very expensive, however they are also very powerful. They are especially reliant on Vespene gas. There are also many specialised units that require careful management to be used to their full potential. The most basic unit found in the Protoss army would be the trusty ZEALOT. For a modest cost, the ZEALOT can take a fair amount of damage thanks to its personal shield, making it a great frontline soldier. However, the ZEALOT lacks the versatility of the Marine, as it can only attack units at melee range. The ZEALOT can be upgraded to use a charge ability, which allows it to quickly close distance between itself and its target. The SENTRY, unlike the ZEALOT, can attack both ground and air units. However, it doesn't do a lot of damage with its main weapon. The SENTRY is most useful in a supporting role. For example, it can deploy force fields to block enemy movements, activate a Guardian shield to protect allies, and even create a holographic version of other units. The STALKER is quite expensive for an early game unit, however its agility makes up for this. The STALKER fires at intervals from a distance, making it great for kiting enemies. The STALKER can also teleport short distances, which can be used for a number of tactical maneuvers. The High Templar is a very specialised unit, as it has no basic attack but instead two powerful abilities. The first is feedback, which drains the enemy's energy and converts it into damage. The second is the devastating Psychic Storm. It may take a lot of energy to cast, but it can be very effective if used correctly. The Dark Templar is definitely the most mysterious of the Protoss military. This stealthy assassin has a permanent cloaking field, making it perfect for attacking enemy supply lines. However, it does have quite low health, so if the Dark Templar is spotted by a detector, it won't last long. The Mighty Archon can only be spawned by combining any combination of Dark and High Templars. For example, if two High Templars have run out of energy, you can combine them both into an Archon. The Archon attacks with a powerful blast of psychic energy, but has no special abilities. While the Archon has a strong force field, its health is incredibly low. I consider the Observer to be the most effective scout in the whole of StarCraft 2. Like the Dark Templar, the Observer is permanently cloaked so non-detector units can't see it. Also, the ability to fly means it can bypass enemy blockades to see what they are building behind the scenes. The Immortal is a great assault vehicle with a large amount of firepower. Its standard weapons do additional damage against armoured units, making it the perfect siege tank destroyer. What's more though is that their shields stop the Immortal taking any more than 10 points of damage at a time. Again, this is very effective against high damage units such as the siege tank. The Warp Prism is a fairly standard transportation unit with one little trick up its sleeve. It can temporarily create a mini matrix which allows units to be walked in below it. This can be very effective when you need to get a lot of units across the map fast. The Colossus is a gigantic, long-range unit that's great for taking out large groups of enemies packed tightly together. For example, if your opponent has chosen to mass lots of Marines, the sweeping beams of the Colossus will make short work of them. The Colossus also has the ability to walk up and down cliffs thanks to its huge legs. The Phoenix is an exceptionally fast fighter jet that excels at taking out other air units. While they cannot fire at the ground directly, they can lift units into the air with a gravity beam so that they can be attacked. The Void Ray is an interesting unit that can at times feel almost too powerful. The Void Ray can attack both air and ground units with a continuous beam that does modest damage. However, by enabling the Ray's special ability, you can increase the damage it does to armoured units. The Oracle, like the High Templar, doesn't have a default attack, but instead some powerful abilities. The first is a Pulsar Beam, which functions like a standard weapon. It also has the ability to temporarily spot invisible units and even reveal a shrouded area around an enemy structure. Although the Tempest does low damage for its cost, it makes up for this by being able to fire from a great distance. This makes it better suited to support than being on the front lines. I find the Tempest to be very effective during siege situations, as it can avoid taking too much damage by staying safely away from enemy fire. The Carrier is very similar to the Tempest in that it also attacks from a long range, however it does so using a different method. The Carrier manufactures lots of mini attack fighters that it can deploy against enemies from a distance. Finally, the Mothership is a unit that is constructed in two stages. You begin by building the Mothership core, which isn't particularly powerful, although it does have some useful abilities. Once you have constructed a fleet beacon, you can upgrade the core into a full Mothership. In this form, the Mothership projects an invisibility field onto all nearby units. This was just a quick overview of the Protoss army. As always people, thanks very much for watching and see you next time.